Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Trixie and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your girl's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that we need to give, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Trixie's going to come home with her very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session on Sunday. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without pulling you, dragging you, tripping you, lagging behind you, or lunging out. And the command is Trixie, heel.
Trixie, heel.
Now, at this point, Trixie has a job to do, and that is to stay even with your left leg on walks. And incorporated into that exercise is an automatic sit. So when you're walking with her and you stop to cross the street or stop to talk to a neighbor, Trixie should sit nicely without being told at your left and wait for her next command. And you can see that she's thoroughly enjoying the whole training process. Her tail is wagging, she's happy, and she's doing a great job. She's very focused on Rich, which is what we want to transfer over to you. This is the sit stay. It's for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and you practice it indoors as well as outdoors. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her as an additional distraction, and she remains seated until she gets her next command, and they take off heeling again. Now, this is, really basic heeling. It's what you want from your dog when you're out on a walk. You don't want a dog that's dragging you down the street. It's embarrassing and it's not comfortable. When you stop walking to cross traffic or talk to someone, you want her sitting nicely at your left, not jumping up all over them.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in another sit stay. And this is a good exercise for developing self-control and focus for these young dogs. They need that. So practice that. This is the come command. She came right in front and sat facing Rich's knees, and that eliminates her coming and jumping on you. So everything in our exercises are about self-control, focus. We want her to have fun doing it, but we want her to do it well for you. And you're going to get practice working with her with a trainer here as your coach when you come to get her, so that when you leave, you feel confident that you can get her to do these things for you.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in another sit stay. And this time, he's going to call her in again. She comes right in front. The command is Trixie, come. And then Trixie, heel, back to heel and back sitting. She's doing a great job. She's a sweetheart. She's a nice dog. We've enjoyed every minute of having her. She's sweet. Now this time, Rich is going to demonstrate the down from heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, tell her to down and then to stay. The long down stay is longer than the sit stay. You're going to start at about 1.5 minutes. Now she got distracted by a bug or something on the ground. So she has to complete that exercise the way it was taught. Rich is going to walk all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay, back to heel.
Trixie, heel.
He heels her out of that, gets her back on point, gets her back focused on him. And we're going to be teaching you how to use these commands in your everyday living situations as well. And Rich is going to demonstrate that down from a heel position again for you.
Now. Stay.
And you notice the tone of voice, it's a one-word command. And this time Rich will call her out of that exercise. Her recall is beautiful. She comes right in and sits and looks up at you. Goes back to heel and back sitting. Rich gives her lots of praise for that. That was a good job. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. This is a little bit harder because you're not right next to the dog. So with your dog seated at heel, you give her the stay command. You turn to face her.
No.
Now she anticipated the come.
Down. Stay.
That was better. That's your down from a distance. Now we've demonstrated for you Trixie's healing, her automatic sits, her sit stay, her down stay, her down from a distance, and her come. These are the exercises that you're going to be practicing with her at home. Please keep us updated on how you're doing with her at home because we're always here for you. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.